has been forever since we played this.
It's been too long.
1 month to be precise.
Has it?
Yeah, I guess we only missed one session.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been a year.
I haven't talked to you guys since last year.
So who wants to give a recap
China.
of our last session?
Okay.
Okay.
We killed our Johnny and we're splitting up loot. There's my sentence.
That's actually
You know
pretty
what?
much the whole thing.
Actually,
That was it.
pretty much it.
Yep.
I think Sam finally summed up an entire session.
It's pretty good. I'll give him the inspiration for it. You guys also, during the fight, one of the bandits and the ranger
Got away.
fled and escaped. You also took, I believe you have her as captive right now, Emmeline. I mean, she was kind of willing.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't seem particularly,
Hot.
just like against you guys. And
Unpaid intern status.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, she
Wait, who
doesn't
was that?
seem like super friendly, but she's
barbarian
not
lady that we were fighting. She's
like trying to challenge you. She's like a subdued prisoner, you know.
Oh, good. Exactly like an intern. Good.
Exactly.
Okay, so maybe that's appropriate.
Yep.
String does pretty well sum up the corporate structure.
So you are all now still in the woods, just west of Westbridge, in the very edge of the Crypt Garden Forest. At this point, you've all taken a short rest at the end of the fight. So it is about 11 o'clock in the morning now. You all are pretty. You've taken another short rest, but you're all feeling pretty beat up. It's been a morning of fighting owl bears and then our Johnny, and no rest for the
Gorillas.
weary.
So we haven't rested yet?
You just took
You had a short rest,
Oh.
but it is like
We're fucked
you know,
up.
only a few hours since you first woke up.
Oh, so it's still in the morning.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not even noon yet.
Yes.
I guess actually it's closer to like 10 o'clock when I think
Okay.
about it. 'Cause you guys woke up pretty early, and combat like goes like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And but you've taken 2 short rests already this morning. So most of your mornings has like been recovering from fighting the owlbears and then fighting our Johnny, then recovering from that. So you're all sitting around.
Okay.
I would
And,
argue we're on a Hobbit schedule.
I want to go to bed again.
We got the whole
Oh,
day. You're not going to
second
bed.
We just
First
got
nap
up,
is at
darling.
1 p.m. Second nap is at 4 p.m.
I should forget if I rolled any hit dice during our last short rest. I'm gonna
Yeah, you can definitely like roll hit dice now.
Yeah,
If you didn't take a short rest last session, you can take it now because
Better questions if do I have any hit dice? I do.
This is a very good question indeed. I
All
do
of
as
you with
well.
your- all of you with your hit dice privilege. I've got no fucking.
I
hit
have
dice.
0 hit dice and 5 HP. Just throwing that out there.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm
Yeah.
full and I still have 1 hit die left.
so I'm remembering now that the way we ended last session was that we said we were going to take a short rest. So you were currently like looting their stuff,
Mhm.
and then you were going to take a short rest. So yeah, you can take those short rests now. And did you guys figure out who's taking what out of the loot?
Honestly, I
I
don't
don't
even
think
think
we
we
figured it
really discussed it at all over
We
the
didn't.
entire month we've had to discuss it.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I
What?
do remember mentioning that, like, Artemis isn't
I'll pull them up.
taking like he's not asking for anything. But as a player, I'm just throwing out there that circlet actually works really well for me at this level.
That
That's just I'm
circlet
just throwing
works
it.
for everybody.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah. Throwing axe would probably be good for Palouse or someone who doesn't already have something ranged.
I think we were talking about Kyle taking that because he doesn't have ranged. I think.
Oh. Oh yeah, I don't remember.
I have
Either one
javelins.
I've ever actually been a band the guy to the point of having this many magic items. You can have like 3 max.
You can
can have
attune
three.
to 3.
Was it?
You can attune to 3 different ones. So
but
you
can
have
more than that.
yeah, you
If they
can
don't
have
require
more than that.
attunement.
So you're attuned to your armor, and I think that's it. Oh no, the ring of
Ring of concentration should be.
Yes.
ring of
Ring of
concentration
And
Yeah.
Ring of Shield.
does require.
Does Ring of
Nope.
Shield?
That
Ring
one
of
does not
Shield-
require
Yeah,
attunement.
that one. Yeah.
See, so yeah, if you see it says like requires attunement on the
You
top
can
of the description of the item.
You can have one
If you
more
look like
attuned
at
item.
this.
Okay, so it's only so it's only that requires attunement ones.
Yeah, so you see how that says like requires attunement.
Mhm.
That-
This is how John
I
has
have.
so many magic items. Very few of them require attunement.
Exactly. Yeah, John's got like
Excuse
10
me?
items.
You've got quite a few under your list. here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I mean, a lot of
8,
them
9.
are like fucking carnival prizes, but still,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
still,
I mean, there's
still,
a
that,
fish
that,
that
that,
tells
still
That's
proves
9 magical items.
yeah, that still proves my point though.
So I
So?
could take the Mace of Fury and the Throwing Axe, and I could shift my Ring of Concentration to someone else.
Ooh,
Hmm.
I could use that ring too. Because right now my
Toulouse
concentration,
is a big spellcaster.
I only add 1 to that. So
Ooh, yeah, because I have my Aura, which helps my like concentration saves pretty, nicely.
yeah, don't you add like
So-
8 or 9 to that?
My
Alright.
concentration my con save is 5, but with that ring of concentration, it's like 8 or something.
Good lord. Yeah, if you want to ditch the ring, I like it's good for agony too. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Either of
I'll,
us.
I'll
I
say
don't
with
use
the,
a lot of con.
Your
save
gorillas?
spells. Oh, like, psh.
Yeah, the ring of concentration is nice for keeping bless up, but us losing bless isn't as much of a problem as the crazy stuff y'all can do with your concentrations.
Gorillas?
yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if we lose gorillas is definitely a strong thing.
Mhm.
If I lose concentration, I could fall out of the sky or lose control of a demon,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
like my hypnotic pattern could go out, and then we have to
Yeah.
fight a bunch of dudes.
Yeah,
And
y'all's
again-
concentrations are more important than mine, so
Mhm.
I'm actually shocked that my Ring of Shield doesn't have attunement. So that means if I trade off the Ring of Concentration to somebody, I can have the Throwing Axe and the Mace of Because I believe Ryan wanted the Flame Tongue sword, right?
Wait, is that a thing?
Don't remember.
Yeah, there's a flame tongue longsword. I forgot to make the thing for it, but I'm making it right now
Okay.
because I'm quick.
It's a pretty
it two-handed?
disgusting weapon.
Well, it's versatile, so it's a longsword,
It could be
so it
both.
does 1d10 if it's
Hmm.
and it's a +1/+1 weapon as well, so I can write that.
Yeah, it's a smaller.
that's
Two-handed
not in there.
is a smaller damage die than your axe, but it comes with 2d6 fire damage and doesn't have like a +1 to attack rolls as well, being a magic.
Yep.
Long swords, I think, are where you can do a D10 or
Yeah,
D8.
yeah.
But don't you
D10.
want that? Do you want that sword, Josh?
I like no, you take it. It's fine. I literally like it's of no use to me.
Does it require attunement?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me
Story
finish
wise,
making
that
this
you
card.
might want it though, right?
He's gonna use it
like
for
if you
RP.
ever want to get rid of it, give it to me. I'll put it on a wall somewhere.
Also, the 2d6 fire damage makes it a pretty disgusting, like, weapon upgrade for any melee person. But I got that awesome armor recently, and yeah, you getting that sword would make you
jeez.
disgusting. So
What have I done? You guys are gonna be. I just gave you such a big loot drop. I didn't think we were gonna kill all these guys.
But that actually feeds into about the circlet. If I get that, I can take out a spell called Elemental Bane, which I can throw on a dude if he fails his con save. If he has fire resistance, he loses his fire resistance, and every time, or the first time each turn, not round, he takes fire damage. He takes 2d6 extra fire damage. And considering Agony, myself, Palouse now, and John can all do fire damage, that's practically a fireball's worth of damage on top of everything else every turn. I'm just throwing that out.
Fireball.
Fire damage.
You can do fire damage.
Don't you have heat metal?
Oh yeah.
and Molotov cocktails.
And Molotov
Yeah.
cocktail.
Oh, and I also figured out I could probably do fire breathing as a trick for that, but
And if Agony lights something on fire, that's damage on their turn, so that's even more 2d6.
All right, so
And
Palouse is taking the longsword.
yes.
Is this correct?
Mm-hmm. Sablin was the throwing it?
Sablin's taking both throwing axe
And the
and
mace.
the mace. And is giving the ring of concentration to Palouse?
why?
Artemis should have that.
No. Not
Or no,
me,
to Artemis? Who's he giving it? Are you
I'm
giving
sitting
it
there
there?
going, hey, Luce, you're concentrating on things?
I concentrate on that rage. Break that.
Yeah, I'm down for giving the ring concentration to whoever wants it, like between
Artemis could
Susan,
use it.
Josh.
I don't have
Yeah,
good enough
I'll take the ring.
to do anything that really uses concentration in that way.
Okay, so
Is Elemental Bane a concentration spell? It sounds like it is.
What is what?
Elemental Bane.
Elemental Bane concentration.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so there you go.
all right, and who's taking what's the other thing? The Circlet of Remembrance.
Artemis could have that for Elemental Bane. Because all I
I'm
would
just gonna
take it
keep-
for is Wall of Fire and or Banishment.
Yeah. I'll probably give it to you. Because here's a quick question. This is a strange question, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
If later on down the line, let's say I take Circlet of Remembrance, could we swap out the spells we learned from that?
Yeah, I would say that whenever you can trade out spells,
Get
Mhm.
trade out
Um,
spell, yeah.
yeah, I'll add that to this. So I'll say whenever you can trade out a spell, you can also switch out both of these.
Okay.
What's the command word?
So like whenever you gain a level, I guess is when you can do that.
It can't be Flame On.
When you attune to it, you like are set. You kind of set that command word. So it's your choice.
I'll
The,
think.
the current command word is kill Artemis.
Yeah, you kind of hear that like as you attune to it, you kind of hear that like brush through your mind as it leaves, as you like replace the prior attunement.
What should I
Only
make?
slightly
Kill
disconcerting.
all Artemis.
Okay. I'll take the circlet, and after I level up, or once we hit like level 8 or 9, I'll probably end up giving it to Agony, because you just have so many more spells you could learn with that. I'll probably end up taking Elemental Bane, just like learning it as a warlock
Just for
anyway.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll have two. Yeah, because you have two full spell lists to pull from.
That mask.
Both
Cure
of which are
Wounds,
larger than
baby.
anything I have, so
Mask Cure Wounds. It's such a beautiful.
All right.
that'll be very useful.
So you guys are on your short rest, kind of sitting around, dividing these up. Then you begin tuning to them, so you can all attune to those different items on your rest.
Well,
As you're
then,
resting, Emmeline speaks up and says, "So, when you're gonna bring me back to Westbridge, or can I just? I'm not gonna fight you. Maybe I could just go."
I mean, I don't have any particular objection to that.
I mean, if you want, if you're not currently looking for work, you're happy to tag along with us.
Do you like adventures
And
No.
jerky.
and jerky?
And pickles.
She seems.
Oh,
she
yeah.
seems. She seems a little hesitant at first, but then when you say jerky, her eyes kind of light up, and then when you say pickles, they get a little bigger.
We have a pickle man for you. I think you'd
Seriously,
like him.
I'm telling you, her, Groon, we have the perfect ship ready to build.
Ready to sail. It is sailing.
Is she orc? Is she half orc?
No, but
Doesn't
she's
matter.
really big, and
She's like a quarter orc or something.
Quarter. Giant?
and you think you could make me a Oh God, would this be nature?
Intelligence?
Yeah, I would say
Intelligence?
nature.
Maybe? No, nature, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Wisdom? Not to ask.
pretty good for
Yeah. Yeah, Palouse, you think you've heard of like giant folk or Goliaths that have kind of like palish skin, and just like the sheer immensity of this woman, you think she might have some giant blood in her, some Goliath blood.
I read a book once.
Wait,
No, I
hold
didn't.
on.
I
Draw,
didn't
draw.
actually.
Wait,
I was about to say that's a funny joke.
I taught him how to
Somebody-
read. I
Agony
read
read me a
books
book
to
once.
him.
Agony read me a book once,
There you go.
There we go.
oh, okay, gotcha.
and there was a big giant woman. They were a Goliath. You ever heard of the Goliaths? She looks like a Goliath.
Listen, very insulting. Never call a woman that.
Are you sure? Are we sure she was just a really tall dwarf?
Sablin,
It's
if she was a
possible.
really tall dwarf, then she wouldn't be a dwarf. By definition, they're not tall. A really tall dwarf is called a person.
Are you guys saying this
That's
so that
racist.
she can
Of-
hear you?
Of course.
I mean, she's got
Probably.
big arms. She's burly.
Who are you talking about?
No,
Well, I
India,
was
go
telling
back to your
him
jerky.
not to insult women. That's all.
I was talking about you.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart. Well, so that's the jerky and pickles. They sound really nice, but I
Ooh.
think I'm just gonna go.
We have a specialty where we take and we wrap jerky around pickles.
Make a persuasion check. Yeah, she seems nervous. Like she was just like in a battle with you guys. She seems a little nervous. Just kind of wants to get out of there.
I think Eric doesn't want to RP next year NPC, so she wants to get the fuck out of there as soon as
Well,
possible.
that's not-
To be fair, last time
No.
we had
That's
one
not how
of
things
those,
work.
they almost got killed by a
I
dragon.
know.
Yeah, but this is one we don't give a fuck about, and it's okay if she gets killed
It's
by the
okay.
dragon.
Yeah.
I've got
yeah,
I got
it's
plans
fine.
for her.
My
would you
de-
save
Plus,
them
we
do you
have
think-
to carry out
Who do
this
you think's
ship,
running first
Eric.
into fucking Sacred Stone Monastery?
Yeah.
Let's
yeah,
not let Emmeline get eaten by a dragon or
I will
stone
not let
elemental.
Emmeline
I
get
won't
eaten,
either.
and
And
I
to be-
will
Bunch
make
of
her
goody
date
shoes.
Grund, okay?
And to
Listen,
be fair,
man, that's what it's all about for me too, is getting her and Groon together.
my desire to whether or not to run NPCs has never stopped you before. So why
That's
stop?
fair.
Why start now?
This game isn't
How
about
does
what
12
Eric
do?
wants.
Persuasion.
Okay, so a 12 here. I'm actually gonna roll.
Rolling in real life.
No. That sounds really good. But no, I gotta go.
Denied.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
miss you.
I'm gonna try that when I get home, though.
Listen, it's all about making sure you cook the jerky on the pickle.
Isn't that just
Like
Oh.
smoke
like
your
bacon
jerky on
instead
the
of
pickle.
jerky?
Oh.
if you are ever looking for work or something, maybe come find us. We might be able to help you.
Oh.
And you
Probably
saw
not.
nothing today. John pretends to throw a smoke bomb and disappear, but he doesn't. He realizes he doesn't have one midway through the motion. He goes, "Fuck!"
And she just kind of like starts backing away slowly.
Emmeline,
Yes.
I'm not looking at her. I'm just like going over other things. Just remember that the last time you came here, we killed your boss. We killed all of your little friends and all the backup they had. So we're not going to see you again, right?
Plus, you're our friend now, so we
I
want to
hate to
see
think-
you again soon.
I'd hate to think what might happen to you, Emmeline, if I saw you again.
But
At
like,
least with
I
the
thought
sword
we were
pointed at me.
friends.
in an unfriendly context. I mean, if we see you like, at a bar or buying pickles from our good friend Groon.
Oh man, if I see you at a bar, I'm totally buying you shots, Emily.
She just keeps slowly backing away. As you guys are all just kind of yelling at her. She's like,
We are the friendliest bunch.
If you ever get to Red Larch, ask for Groon.
she like turns and just starts like walking briskly out through the woods into the plain.
Ta-ta, Emmeline.
And 3 hyenas show up and just yell that if she ever comes back, we'll kill her.
What?
Is she
Nothing.
heading
This ain't
West Bridge?
this ain't Lion
or
King. Dude.
What direction?
Damn.
All right, so now you guys are alone. There's still like
Really
owlbear corpses everywhere and bandit and like Archon. There's all these. Look, it is a battle between the two fights. It is just
And lots of
battlefield
smoke
here.
because we were smoking and making some jerky,
yeah, and the fireballs and it's like this like section of the woods looks just terrible.
So low roll.
I'm rounding up all the crossbows, swords, like any sort of surviving weapons and ammo. I'm gathering into a pile and just shoving into the bag.
All right. Yeah, you could get let's see, how many guys were there?
If you want, just don't even worry about it. I have no intention of actually using these things.
Okay.
I have intention for like story reasons that we don't really need to worry about the logistics.
Okay.
of.
So yeah, you just get like a gaggle of supplies.
Yes, gaggle.
Well, then, everyone, are we going to go back to Westbridge? Or...
Westbridge, we could go help Ding Bum if we really wanted to.
Is
I
anyone
think we
left
should
from,
save him so
Chinese
we
park?
can bring their family back together.
You think we could execute that plan smoothly?
I suspect we could.
I feel like we might be giving off track a bit.
Wait, we've been on track before?
Well,
It's true.
these
I'm curious
Remind
about
Remind me
these.
of this time that sounds wonderful.
shouldn't we try to like kill these well, not kill, but like help or not help the cultists and like stop the annihilation of everything?
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, I'd really like to figure out what the hell's going on with this map and go find my father too, but
I also would like to do that for you.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And like the Black
Curious about
Star.
these Scarlet Moon druids. Weren't they here in Westbridge?
They're to the south. East.
Yeah, even if the Scarlet Moon Druids are connected to any of the cults, they might be able to help us deal with them in some way. Because we've been doing okay against the cults just by ourselves, but if we get some help from some other groups, we might be able to have a better shot at it.
Wasn't that your original mission, Sablin?
Yeah, I originally came here to seek them out and see if they knew anything about any survivors from Lurkwood, and now that I know that most of them are, not are accounted for in a bad way, there's still some people that aren't accounted for. I'd like to ask them about that.
Would there be a time crunch for Ding Bum that we could stop on the way to where we think these Scarlet Moon druids are?
Well, according to Emmeline, he was escorted off with their last member, that fighter, to the south. So they're heading to Amphail. So in theory, we're going in the same cardinal direction, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how long ago they left. I mean, they could be a couple of miles away, 6 miles away. We don't know.
Amphail, wasn't that the town with the horse?
Yes, the horse with no balls.
We have to find the balls.
Okay, now we really are getting off track.
That's the key to
This
everything.
sounds like a pressing. This sounds like a pressing emergency, to be honest.
Also,
guys-
I'm just going to remind us. According to my schedule here, we have a date with Marlos at Secret Stone Monastery, I believe tomorrow, or technically tomorrow, possibly the day after tomorrow, early morning. He's expecting us.
What's he
So,
gonna
I'll
do
put
if
that.
we don't show up?
I mean, probably nothing. I'm just saying.
Wait, is that the guy that we said that we're gonna bring some people to him or something?
Yes.
We were going to bring
Stoneman.
the heads of Erisi Kalinoff and her lieutenants and that dragon, and he was going to pay us 2,500.
But that was just
Do
like
we
a lie.
have the head of the? We
I
killed
Actually-
the dragon, didn't
I
we?
mean, I'd really like to get 2,500, but I mean,
So honestly, it sounds nice. We killed the dragon. Can't we just use those heads? And I point to Arjani and his crew, and I just go, and just make up the rest.
we don't want to use our Johnny's head because he's going to be expecting, our Johnny. But I mean, the other heads we can definitely do.
Listen, man. With the right amount of makeup, I can make that look like not Arjani.
Yeah, how about we just don't do that anyway?
We're done with trying to
I
make
feel like
heads
Malor-
look like other heads, I think, for a while.
I can cut a tree and we can carve it.
No tree cutting.
I feel like with,
No wood chip eating.
I feel like with
Honestly,
Marlos'
I'm
interest
hungry.
in Arisi, he might recognize a head that's not Arisi.
There are
Think
owlbears
Needs
over
to
there.
practice the tree method a little bit, but he
Well,
had
here's
a
the
pretty
thing.
decent image last time.
Well, here's the thing. We don't even know. Number one, we don't know what Erisi looks like, but it doesn't really matter because the ideal plan is we go back there and we beat the shit out of Marlos and just take his 2,500. Also,
Does-
that solves the problem of the Earth Cult.
Does owl bear meat taste good?
Yes,
Yeah, generally.
I would say.
as
not
long
that
as you
bad.
prepare it correctly. Otherwise, it gets very smelly.
I'm gonna go over to
Greedy.
the owl bear dead body and I'm gonna start eating it.
You sure you don't
Raw
want me to
is
cook
very
that?
stringy and smelly.
How does it taste, Eric?
Just like the raw owlbear.
Yeah.
Yeah, stringy and smelly.
Do I like it?
Do
That's
you
up
like
to
it?
you.
Let's find out. Do this. I don't like it.
I told you, you need a little bit of cumin and sage.
Yeah, you think if you cooked it with some spices, although you like raw meat.
I do.
Doesn't.
Okay. I'm getting off topic. What are we doing?
We're trying to plan out how we're going to meet up with Malros tomorrow or the next day.
I mean, we
I
don't
feel like-
have to. I was just throwing that out there.
Dealing with the Earth Cult,
If
Well, we
Ding
can,
Bum
would
is
be a good
only a
idea.
couple hours away, we could rush to catch up with them.
There was a cultist at the Earth Cult who seemed like he was wavering in his beliefs.
Mirage, yeah.
They're the same guy.
Yeah,
No.
that'd be the same
Oh,
guy. Well, no, that wouldn't be the leader.
It's not the
That would
leader.
be, yeah, that'd be a different guy. You have
Having a
Marlos,
meeting-
the leader, and Mirage, the guy you're talking about.
having a meeting with Mirage would be maybe more beneficial
You'll
to us than
probably
meeting with
be there
Malros.
with Malros.
Well, how about we just work out with him and try to help him out to steer the cult in a different direction?
That we can do that possibly. So how about this for an itinerary? I'll pull out my little notebook. Okay, so right now we're all beat up as hell. We're in no condition
Mhm.
of going to deal with Marlos or anybody.
I totally don't
And-
feel like running to catch up with them, but though we could head in that direction. Anyway,
I'm
continue.
bleeding.
What I'm what I'm thinking is we can go get Ding Bum if we want to. If not, that's fine. Do that. We still have business in Westbridge. I owe Sablin a tour around a gravekeeper's house. But we just take it easy, pretty easy today. From then, tomorrow we head out to see these druids. They're on the way to Sacred Stone Monastery anyway. We'll see what they're up to. Maybe swing by that place we saw, Phoenix or something. There's that crypt, something. I don't know. Either way, all of that stuff is in between Sacred Stone Monastery, and once we do all of that, we can head on to the monastery and beat the shit out of Marlos or whatever.
It'll give us some time to plan on how that meeting will go down, because if he just meets us where he's expected to meet us, he'll have that advantage over us.
Indeed. Also, if we don't show up on time, I suspect he'll be increasingly peeved, assuming he wasn't going to just trap us to begin with.
Did we set up a time or did we set up just a day?
We just said 4 days. We said no time.
Okay, good.
what if we rest? That's a good idea.
We are resting.
Westbridge. Are we sure we're okay to go there? Didn't we run from guards there recently? Just like a few hours ago.
Oh, they weren't
That was
guards. They
last
were with
night.
the silence.
They were with the
And that was
silence.
last night.
Actually, that was
Though
the
it
move.
seemed, I mean, you guys, when they were doing the searches, the members of the Silence and those like mechanical guards were searching together.
Mhm.
So actually, those like mechanical guards were, and because you didn't see any like town watch or anything.
Yeah.
The only thing you saw were those guards. Like those were the only guards you saw were the mechanical.
It's safe to assume the silence runs Westbridge.
Yeah, if they run to town. Maybe not the best idea.
Well, then again, we just
Next
beat the
thing,
shit.
are going to kill the stone people, or I don't know.
But we don't have to go to Westbridge. But even if we did go to Westbridge, we've beaten the crap out of several of their lieutenants. We've taken out a bunch of their members. We've evaded them, 3 times now? At some point...
Didn't one of them run off recently?
Yeah, that was the ranger, but, I mean, he just ran off, and...
I would love
I
to go and kill that guy to see what he ran off with on his.
I suspect if we go into Westbridge, we're going to find conflict.
We could find... Well, maybe we find conflict, or we find people who have had enough of conflict. We don't know. That being said, we don't have to go to Westbridge. Nothing we're saying here says go to Westbridge.
Let's not go to Westbridge. That's my vote.
Well,
All right.
I have to go to Westbridge at some point, but we don't have to do it now.
Not now.
We have to. I owe Sablin the debt.
Yeah, I want to investigate the. So it turns out the Undertaker was a necromancer. That's why it took so long to get those corpses for the little ruse we did a while back. And I want to see if there's anything in his hut that might indicate he had a connection with the necromancer that went to Lurkwood.
But honestly, we don't all have to go in to do that. We could send either me or John in disguise, maybe disguise Sablin, and we could just sneak in. I mean, it's not. That doesn't require putting everybody's life at risk, and it's not something we have to do right now. So.
Exactly. It's on the edge of town as well, so...
Says the
Well, if
man
they're
with
sneaking in, then it should be fine.
multiple
Right?
gashes right now.
Mhm.
And at like 1
Well-
HP.
I'm aware. I'm not saying do it right now. But that does bring up the next question. What do we want to do now? Do we want to just stay here and rest? Or do we want to try and go get Ding Bum? Because every minute we spend, we burn. He just gets farther and farther away.
We could probably
If we have a
start
chance to
heading
save
towards
him.
him.
If we have a chance to
Briskly,
save him...
not briskly, but
Mhm.
slowly.
Oh, would I have been able to bring back Orpheus by this point?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. You know what? Oh, you know what? That yeah, I can. We might be able to make this a little bit easier. I'll snap and bring back Orpheus.
Oh yo, what's up?
Welcome back.
Ta-da!
Yes, indeed. Okay, you know the routine. Turn to a bird.
This bullshit.
Flap.
I know.
He's a bird.
Flap those wings for me.
Strut that stuff.
You just hear this bird say, "Fuck you."
That's my boy.
So
Okay,
was he
listen.
always this vulgar before he started talking to us too? Or is he just mad at us?
I don't doubt.
No, he's always this way. It's fine.
Okay, makes sense.
It's his term of endearment, not really. Anyway, Orpheus, why don't you start heading south? You remember Ding Bum from last night?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I want you to fly south. Fly ahead of us. See if you spot Ding Bum. He should be escorted by one person, hopefully not as many. But yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, pal.
See ya.
Okay.
Gets
So
going.
he'll run scouting.
We could probably start walking that way at least,
Indeed.
and not go close to town.
Right. Well, we'll skirt the edge of town.
Of course.
All right.
Well, let's go. Stand up.
As we start, I'll pull out the sending stone and I'll let Fiona know that we're going to get Ding Bum and to just go to the road, hold their position, and go to the road. Well, go to the road and then hold their position.
Oh yeah, that did reset, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Let's see.
I think I burnt 1 charge on it today, so this should be the 2nd charge.
I don't remember. Was it? What did you say?
It was when we first woke up,
Um,
and we had that 20-minute argument about philosophy.
The best arguments.
Indeed.
So you hear back you go your own way. Leave us alone.
Oh, fuck you, Sasha! Go to the goddamn road!
You say that?
Yeah.
Burn the last charge.
I'll throw in. Ask Fiona if she wants. Ask Fiona and Katarina if they want to stop and see Ding Bum.
I don't know what road.
The only road in your direction.
Do you get to say that back?
Can't.
Oh no! God damn it!
Can't anymore.
What do you mean he doesn't know what road? Fucking asshole.
What's going on?
Sasha's an asshole.
I start to throw the stone and I stop myself. Okay, well, here's the thing. They're still going north. This is Fiona and
course.
Katarina, so even if we get Ding Bum, I don't know how far away they're going to be.
Do you think they'll be safe?
No. Well, safer.
It's all right. When we actually get Ding Bum, I could talk to Fiona.
That's a good... Ooh, okay. Let's do that. Okay.
one
Yellow lamp.
concern that I have is the person who hired Arjani to get them in the first place. What's to stop them from hiring more tougher people? I mean, yeah, whoever they hire next won't have a vendetta against Artemis, but the person who hired Arjani in the first place is still out.
This is true.
John
So if
also then whispers into Spellin's ear, "You only have that one worry."
That's the worry that.
You
has
mean
been
Ding Dong
addressed yet.
Senior? Wasn't he the one?
Lavestus Lashwell.
Yeah, Ding Dong Senior.
Sure. Yeah, that's a concern I have. If we don't want to go rescue Ding Bum, that's not a bad plan either. That being said, if maybe Lavestus hires more people, but they won't have any leads as to where he went to.
Nowhere at all. They'll just think Johnny never finished his contract. Until he makes it to Amphail before we do. If we don't intercept Ding Bung.
Exactly.
Maybe
That is a
after
concern because it could get back to Lavestus that they're alive anyway.
Maybe after we finish with Malrose, we should go down to Amphel and talk with Lavestus.
If
I don't know
we
about
don't
that, but-
intercept Ding Bung.
If we don't do,
What was the
maybe.
main
We'll-
threat
Okay, so-
to your daughter?
At this point, my
That
only
would be
thought
Marla.
is
Or
if
there-
we
that-
stay here waiting any longer, we're not going to get anything
I
accomplished.
assumed we were walking and talking.
Walk
Yeah.
and talk.
Yes, you guys are now starting to walk south.
Yeah.
Towards the long road.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so you guys are walking. What speed are you traveling at?
Probably not
Fast.
fast. Not fast.
Let me pull up the
Because we're
Normal.
like fucking bleeding all over the place.
Normal.
Alright.
Normal.
So yeah, if you go fast, you get a -5 to passive perception.
Normal.
Normal, I guess.
Normal.
Seems good.
All right.
Like, how many miles out are we from Westbridge?
Each hex
like-
is 4 miles, so you're just about 4 miles.
Oh yeah, normal should do us just fine. Unless we want to go, we could go slow just to be extra safe.
Hell no. Normal's fine.
Normal, yeah. It's probably
Let's
fine.
do normal.
If we
Sure.
go slow, we'll
alright.
never catch up to him.
Mhm.
I'm going to be right back and grab a drink.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Me too.
You need to drink up? Should we take a little break?
He is
You need a
drinking.
drink?
I'm drinking right now.
He
That's
is
a joke.
drinking. Don't listen to him.
Okay, so to get, are you guys going? You said you're kind of like skirting around Westbridge.
Mm-hmm.
That Tokyo
Oh.
Drift.
Maybe go to this X, then this
Yeah,
X.
so you go like there, and then
Initial D's playing.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
We don't have music. That's my fault. Let me grab that.
no, that's okay.
Yeah, Ryan,
Sorry.
you're failing your job, Ryan.
I'm failing my job. Sorry.
You had one job, Ryan.
All right, so you guys travel for about half the day. As you travel, I'll say Susan, roll me a d20.
11.
11. Okay, that's my number.
That scared me.
Oh. All right. Let me turn down this music just a smidge.
Smeech.
Oh yeah, very loud. There we go. All right. So as you guys travel and you reach, are you just like going down to get on the long road and then travel
On the wrong road?
from there
Towards Red
Yeah.
Larch.
on the road?
Yeah, by the
Um,
time we hit the long road, I'll re-summon Orpheus and see if he's seen anything.
So first of all, as you travel, nothing particularly eventful happens. There is a shepherd who like passes over the hills as you're walking before you get onto the road, who's just like on the outskirts of Westbridge. There's a lot of like farmland around Westbridge, which is typical of these like towns kind of in the wilderness here. So there's like a lot of farmland around there. There's a shepherd with a bunch of sheep, and so the first thing you see is like this flock of sheep come running over the hill, and you see this man with a long wooden staff just walking behind.
Palouse,
Sheep are
no.
cute.
Palouse, no. I know what you're thinking, Dolly.
Luce's mouth is drooling as he's watching.
I know what you're thinking,
Sheep.
Dolly. Don't.
Are there any baby sheep?
Meh, meh.
Yeah, as you're looking, you do see one sheep walking with like 3 different little baby sheep
That's a
trailing
No, a
behind.
baby lamb would be a great
A
present.
little lamb, I guess that's the word for it.
Agony,
Yes, darling.
give him metal. I want sheep.
Metal.
He's
Yeah.
talking about money.
Oh.
John just like starts to walk up to one to pet one.
No.
I'm going with John to pet the sheep.
Didn't you just eat a whole owlbear?
Meh.
It was only
So as you walk up,
half of an owl bear.
Yeah, but you ate 44% of that tree last night. Didn't that fill you up?
Yeah,
It was terrible.
That is a lot of fiber, yeah.
Gave me some. My poo was soft as heck. Let me tell you.
so
Though the
John-
splinters must have sucked.
So John and Sablin, as you both start moving towards, the sheep have like come over this hill and they're pretty far away from you, and they seem to be turning in a direction that's not towards you. Like they seem to have like seen you as something to stay away from. So they're still, a good 200 feet away.
Yeah, we
As
didn't
you
like
walk
come
towards
close
them, and
to
they're
the
just
guy
kinda
to
like-
talk to him at all. He's just
Yeah, and
in the
and they're
distance.
passing by, and the guy's like 200 feet away, and he just puts his arm up, and he's like, "Hello."
Oh yeah, I wave back.
Wave.
Wave,
Yeah.
wave.
Just wave very
Smile and
emphatically.
wave, boys.
Are they friendly?
Wave.
I like your sheep.
Is there any black
he
sheep?
just kind of like smiles and gives you a thumbs up and keeps walking.
Fucking walks away.
Goes
There's
over the
fucking
hill.
monsters
Oh
on
my
the
God, I
road.
almost
Just
got-
keep walking.
Yeah,
Just keep
exactly.
walking.
Yeah, like a gnoll and a dragon and a weird clown guy,
The fucking devil.
tiefling.
The fucking
Oh,
pimp over
God,
there.
yeah,
Fuck,
okay.
keep walking.
Hello.
Listen, if anything, we just look
I
like
yell back.
eccentric
It's okay. They're with
bodyguards
me.
to them.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we just look like eccentric bodyguards to the rich, noble-looking guy.
We're just all the different
Yeah.
I
colors to
don't.
this
I
pen.
don't disapprove of this arrangement.
Do you wear all black, Artemis?
Not all black now.
He's got a white shirt.
All right,
like,
so-
a lot of it's like white and red.
So you guys continue to travel. You get to the long road, and you resummon Artemis or Orpheus, I mean,
Mhm.
and he comes back. Oh,
Any sign of anything?
nope. I didn't find nothing. I was just. I mean, there were some folks, but I didn't find them yet. I was maybe. I got a little ways down the road, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
Summon me back, thwarted my progress.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, just hang out with me.
All right. And you guys, it's kind of weird to like. You're still getting used to Artemis's Raven now, like talking in this
Talking.
weird voice out loud and stuff. All right, so you continue to travel. So you go, and you travel on into the evening. As it was about, let's see, you guys started at 10 o'clock, so it's about like 2 in the afternoon as you summon back Orpheus and get to the road. And you continue to travel. The sun's starting to get low in the sky. Sam, why don't you roll me a d20?
Yay!
7.
It's my number.
Schmevin.
This part where we get heroically killed by wolves.
Okay.
Listen, man, my owlbears have already been taken care of.
Oh, Jesus. All right. The fates are on the side of us staying on track and not getting distracted by random encounters.
Damn.
So yeah, again, nothing exciting. You continue to travel, and you just are passing people on the road, like just general tradesmen and such.
I'll stop people as we're passing and like describe Dingbum and see if they saw him on their way up.
So you describe like this fancy gentleman.
Mhm.
Describe his appearance. And,
I'll describe the guy he's with too. See if they recognize either of them.
You'll describe Ilgor or
Ilgor.
Iljar. Sorry.
Iljar, that's it. Yeah.
Iljar was his name. Why don't you just roll me a d20?
Okay.
See, just for the odds of somebody recognizing.
What is that?
Yeah. As you're talking to people, they say, yeah, I don't know, a lot of people on the road. Doesn't sound
Okay. Thanks.
particularly. All right. So you guys continue to travel. And now the sun's starting to go down. And let's see, guys, we get to about here. And as the sun's going down, as the sun is setting, you come
I thought
upon.
we were going to West. Oh, we're going to Amphale. Oh, I thought we were going to Westbridge. Wait, where are we going?
You guys were
We
chasing
trying to
after
find- we were
Dingbum.
trying to find Dingbum, but
Oh, so he's already left. Okay, I thought he was in Westbridge. My bad.
no, he'd already left Westbridge when we set off.
Yeah, and you weren't
Gotcha.
sure of when exactly. I don't think you knew
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, so it's probably.
All right, so you guys continue to travel, and you get to this point, and you notice that that wagon, that broken wagon, is you come back across it, though it seems all of the no, you haven't slept yet. though it's the end of the day of traveling, so presumably you might do it soon. You come upon that wagon again, and that you had seen be attacked, and I think someone deduced that it was a chimera that attacked the wagon. It's still there, it's still wrecked, though it seems like everything's been cleaned up in the sense that there's no corpses anymore. All of the corpses are gone, but it's not. The wagon's still there. The destroyed wagon's still on the side of the road.
Is it cleaned up like someone moved the bodies, or cleaned up like stuff came and ate the bodies?
There's no remnants of them at all. So it doesn't look like if someone ate them, you would see that wouldn't have happened yet. Like that's a process that takes a long time. And it doesn't look like they were dragged off either. It doesn't look like something came and like dragged them off. It seems like they were just like picked up and like they're just gone.
Yeah, is there any sign of like a nearby grave or anything? Disturbed earth?
There's no sign of a grave, and there's also, you don't see any. I mean, you do see tons of footprints because you're like it's pretty close off the road, and it looks like people might have like come and checked this out.
Was there any dragging?
No, he said no.
No,
There was no dragging.
Okay. Obviously, it was a giant bird. Just grabbed it off.
We did.
Yeah, so you can tell like
giant
something,
birds.
like you would know that. You know, there's a chance that it was like some just good Samaritan who wanted to see them buried. So maybe even someone who knew them, who came looking for them. Oh, you hear some wolves in the distance as the sun sets.
I was about to say, is this? Oh god, oh good, it's the music, right?
But yeah, you guys are at the end of your day. You could continue to press on. And you'd have to make checks against exhaustion. You look at those travel rules.
Yeah, no.
Probably not a good idea.
We're
last time we did that, didn't go so well.
Yeah, we're in no shape for that.
I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah, I'll just plop down next to the wagon. Here, look good, guys.
That wagon looks pretty comfy.
I'm just rubbing the bridge of my
I
nose.
look around. Are there any good trees?
Yeah, there's plenty of trees.
I start a fire.
Especially as you come into the hills again, like you can
Fat
find.
John.
There's not like big groves of trees, but there's kind of like smaller little clusters.
Are there any is there any like canvas on the wagon or in the wagon or anything that we can kind of like use to make a tent up on the side of the wagon or anything like that? Like
It seems like at this point it's been pretty much like there is actually some a little piece of ripped canvas, but like everything that was inside the wagon and everything is gone. But there is like from the destroyed wagon or on the destroyed wagon, there is some canvas, but it's like tattered. You can maybe like find a piece that you could rip off that would be a size to make like a blanket or something. But that's about it.
We light a fire?
Mhm.
I was gonna light a fire with my sword, but I guess Susan got it.
No, I like setting things on fire. You're not denying me that opportunity.
Yeah, maybe you start to go for it and then Agony jumps in. All right. So you guys want to rest, set up and take a rest?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ryan, why don't you roll me a d20?
Okay, sir. Is that bad?
Ooh.
Oh, that's either good or bad.
I feel like a D20 is good.
Well,
Historically, the low numbers have been bad for you,
That's what I thought.
but you've never
Come
rolled a
on,
1 or a
magical
20.
deck of cards. I've been waiting for you.
All right. So with the natural 20, you guys, as you go to rest tonight, after a long ass day,
do we have like shifts? Or
yeah, you can definitely,
is it my shift?
yeah. Who wants to?
Me.
Yeah, sure. We'll just say you guys take shifts. You take shifts tonight, and nothing happens during any of them. But as you sleep and as you awake, you all just and as you're falling asleep, you're like, after this long day of like fighting owlbears and some fey creature, and then Arjani and his minions, his like army basically, his like squadron attacking you and just like annihilating them. You guys are just feeling like super badass right now. So everybody gets inspiration
Ooh.
as you just like feel really good about yourselves and feel like damn, we really are crushing it right now.
Dabbing in our dreams.
Um,
Ooh,
and actually,
Even Eric gets one.
Dang!
oh yeah,
Well, it's a bad thing, guys.
Yikes.
yeah. What
I'm
if
down for it. I'm down for it. I'm okay with that.
Well, not anymore.
That's funny.
It's gone.
Though I also need to give an extra one to Sam because I didn't give him one for his amazing recap. So yes, there's plenty of inspiration now. Nice, that was a good one. All right. So the next morning comes. Dingbum and Iljar are supposedly somewhere to the south. And
Yeah, look, as about this whole Dingbum thing, we don't know how far they are. For all we know, they could be halfway to Amphel by now.
Yeah, that's true. And the more I was thinking about it, reuniting Dingbum with Fiona and Katarina, that's just going to put them in danger again. If we do find him, I think we should just tell him to stay away from Katarina and Fiona, so that whether he goes back to Levitas or not, him being near them is dangerous.
I could ask Dingbum.
I got to retcon something.
Oh, God.
Oh God!
Uh-oh.
Because I recognize that there's something that the people definitely would have told you when you were asking them about things.
Okay.
Which
The
is that
army
they
of chimeras.
which is that they saw a cluster of 4 wagons that didn't have any horses, that were just like driving without horses.
Eee.
That would be
What?
right around here too. The mine we saw with like a robot.
Ghost.
Yeah,
Ghost
something like
wagons. Ghosts aren't real. Ghost wagons.
So that would have been something they would have told you. I just realized that would have like happened, and they would have.
That was totally things.
Seen it.
Disneyland ghosts.
that. Yeah, this mine right here. The hex below. We saw it on our way up.
Well. Probably not related to Dingbum.
Well, no, but then again, like Sablin was saying, I don't think the Dingbum thing is a good idea.
I think saving him from whatever danger he's in is still a good thing, but
He's not
reuniting him with Fiona.
I don't think he's in any danger.
True.
Is it the morning?
Yes.
Yep.
Jeez.
What's the date?
The date is now Myrtle the 8th. So it is indeed tomorrow is the day that you had promised to meet Marlos. I think that's really the only like specific time, the time sensitive thing
That we
Mhm.
have.
that has this exact date.
We're long past the meeting with Orisi, aren't we?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Who dat?
I think that
passed
ended
that already.
when they blew up that tower.
We haven't even gone and see if they were telling the truth about that tower. Now that I think about it,
This is true.
there might be clues around there too.
It might even still take us a whole day to get there.
I think we should go to the Sacred Stone Monastery.
Maybe
We
try and
could
get
do
a
that.
drop on them.
I think our best bet is to try to subvert these cults.
True. Although those druids are not too far from here either, presumably.
And aren't they
Yeah,
going
they-
to the same place?
No, I think the druids are somewhere around here.
And they might be willing to help us.
somewhere between the high road and the stone trail. I think that's where they are.
If we investigate them, we either get an ally or we get some more information on a potential another cult.
What do you guys think? I'll look over at Agony and John.
There's always Mystery Cave.
I could speak to Deembong if you want.
Ding Bomb is Ling Bomb. Fuck him.
I'd say
John
maybe
looks like with
speak
a
to him wouldn't be a
cock's-headed
terrible idea.
Paylus. At that statement, John has a very, very confused look at Paylus. You tell me what you mean?
Ding Bomb is nothing if the world's gone. We're supposed to kill these cults, right? Or
True.
find peace with them or something.
Okay, just checking. Cave sounds fun. I like a mystery. We haven't done anything, different in a while. But hey, maybe that's where that
Also,
damn dragon lived.
That's true. Although I don't think Mystery Cave is cult related.
Maybe dragon
You
related.
said the druids were around here?
Somewhere around here, I think. They said southeast of town. So again, I'm presuming that somewhere between the high road we're on and the stone trail.
And that's close to where where we saw that phoenix fly by, and they might be connected.
True.
We could go.
And
over
also,
to
just
here.
keep in mind, we're also apparently we're short one cult. So that's something else to keep in mind. Maybe that Firebird might have something to do.
Firebird, Fire Colt.
Nah, that's just drawing straws.
And if the druids are this close to what might be a sign of the fire cult, either they're related or could help us. I think investigating them might be our best bet if we're not going to go help with Ding Bum anymore.
And it's also worth mentioning that according to our intelligence, Elazar, the man responsible for all of this fucking mess,
Was with Scarlet Moon.
was with the Scarlet Moon. And if I'm not mistaken, when Sablin flashed the crushing wave symbol, he got kind of nervous.
Fire's weak against water.
But water is weak against grass.
God, there's a grass cult. Why didn't no one tell me?
I want to be part of
there's
that
a steel
cult.
cult too,
Only effective against dragons.
and psychic cult. Damn it!
There's dragons around. Maybe we should get an
I'm
ice.
afraid of the mystic.
We
cult,
already dealt with
John.
the dragon.
There was one dragon.
As long as we don't have to fight the bug cult, we'll be fine. That being said,
What about
But wait.
Maybe
cults?
this is new fairy
Wait.
cult, and I'm not
Does
sure.
that
it's
mean
good
the
for
ghost
balance.
cult doesn't exist?
of course, exactly. There's no ghost cult.
I mean, I hear the reason why the psychic cult's so overpowered is because
What about dark cult?
the ghost cult is always like part like poison cult, and that makes them just I mean,
That's only in the first generation.
I'm taking all your inspirations away.
No, we'll be good, Dad.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So we can wander aimlessly around here trying to find the Scarlet Moon and or that Firebird, or we can head to Sacred Stone Monastery.
I'm all for a good
We could
aimless
head
wander.
in that direction and wander, and then get onto the trail to head into Sacred Stone Monastery if we don't find anything.
So your suggestion is we go north, or we go over here, hit the stone trail, and then take that like this way, because I gotta click the right button. There we go.
Back into
Okay.
the valley. Yep.
That's not bad. That's
actually,
not a
I
bad
just
idea.
remembered. I just remember we might have an ally in Sacred Stone Monastery with Renwick.
I don't.
Or well,
Yeah, true. Yeah, if we find his.
That there's another way. Path forward.
If we find his brother's corpse, was it?
Indeed.
He might be willing to help us.
that
He might
was
be willing to help us with Malrook.
way on the other side of.
That unfortunately is like all the way over here.
That's a shame. Okay.
Oh yeah, that guy too. Yeah.
I like Agony's idea. We'll head north, cut across.
See if we see
Run
any
into one-
firebirds or chimeras. Did anyone hear anything last night? I don't hear anything now. No chimera.
Yeah, I didn't hear any. What sort of sound did chimeras make? Is it a roar or is it a hiss or a goat sound?
Probably like a
None of their heads. None of their heads do either of those things. Any of that stuff. Thank you.
So does the goat head go to like a goat stomach that's good at digesting cans, and the lion head goes to a different stomach, or how does that work?
Yes. Anyway.
Listen, the lion head and the goat head fight over the can of Spam, but they both end up in the same stomach.
Why don't they just eat their heads?
I don't think that's how that works.
That would not be mutually beneficial.
Just to clarify something that you guys would know, where you think that casket is, and I think you actually know this pretty certainly because you spoke to people who had been at that ambush.
Are you trying to point to a direction? Alright.
No. I'm just that it was somewhere along the river was where they were. It was like somewhere between the road and the river, whatever that road is.
It's not as
The Desireen Road and the river.
But that would be somewhere like in this general area.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like somewhere in that area where you're just
Okay,
getting-
so it's still on the other
which
side
is
of the
still
river.
far.
Yeah,
But
we'd have
Just
to
to
pass
be clear,
by.
you do know pretty
monastery.
specifically like where that is.
I still think it'd be worth checking out to see if we can get Renwick on our side against Maru.
Possibly. Then again, this assumes that Renwick's a decent guy. Be that as it may, we may as well start heading north.
Agreed.
Sablin, did you still want to try and sneak into Westbridge?
We can do that later. Really depending on what we find in between here and or northward.
Oh, you know what?
Like-
We can split the difference. I'll have Orpheus
Oh yeah,
I'll send him there and see if he finds anything.
great, thank you. Yeah, if he could see anything in there that looks like it could, I don't know, letters, papers, anything like that, that like might indicate it has a connection with other necromancers, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll send Orpheus to Westbridge to root around that gravedigger's home and see if he finds anything.
All right. So, Orpheus is like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
What? I mean,
All right.
sorry.
Just travel down the road, travel up the road.
I know.
And,
Hey, listen, this is all Sasha's fault.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And Ding
yeah.
Bums.
Mhm.
And that bitches. So,
Mhm.
really, it's her fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. And he starts fluttering up. So, flies off to the
She
north.
told the other night that it better not be bitching. Anyway.
All right, and so Orpheus is on his way north. Where are you guys going?
North. Towards where we saw the Firebird.
Yes.
See if we can find it again and maybe find some kind of trail and also find possible signs of the Scarlet Moon Druids of where we thought they would be around.
So maybe something
Okay.
like this.
That looks about right.
Okay. All right. So you take off in the morning, and go around to where you think you had seen that bird flying around. Why can't I move this? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Oops. Kyle, why don't you make me just roll a d20?
Seven.
7. All right, that's my number. Okay. Jesus. Okay, so as you're traveling, you see off in the distance a kind of there's a lot of like singular like black smoke trails like rising up into the air and kind of mixing together, and then there's like kind of just like this black cloud hanging over this space off. It's a ways off in the distance, deep, kind of a little bit deeper into the hills, just to the like south east of you as you travel. So it'd be around this area, just below
Is
the
there a
S.
volcano around here, guys?
Gives me memories of childhood, really nostalgia.
Yeah, and there's just like these multiple different trails of black smoke raising into the air and then kind of mixing together and then dispersing.
Hmm.
I think it might be like some campfires or someplace burning down.
Or could be the druids.
Could be, yeah, could be both.
Yeah.
Sounds
Maybe
like
we
my
should check
people.
it out.
Hang on, let's. Where's that thing? Saga of Grilda. Let's see. So according to this poem that Zook gave us, I think that tomb of this paladin is somewhere around here too. So we should keep that in mind.
Wait, is this another time I gotta convince a ghost I'm related to?
Yeah.
I don't know about a ghost, but
Yes. Basically.
Yeah, I think we should check it out.
okay.
We check it out.
Go closer to the smoke.
You said this reminds you of
Okay.
childhood.
You know, accidents happen.
Oh, okay. Some kids just wet the bed. Others burned down the whole house.
Entire
Alright.
damn thing. Almost.
So you travel in the distance of this these trails of smoke, and as you come over one of the hills, you see, you kind of come upon the sight as below you there's probably a little bit earlier you started to hear these noises too of just like crashing stone and just like
Meh.
and these loud noises. As you come over the hill, you see below you there's this a whole side of a hill is just being torn apart in a very methodical way. It's a mine you see on the side of this hill, and there's large mechanical like excavators that are just removing large clumps of rock from this mine and pulling it out and dumping it. And each of these excavators, they're like these large, again, like bipedal machines. Or actually, no, that's not true. These excavators, you've seen one before.
From the attack.
For the Knolls?
No, that was.
Like farming ones.
I know you saw this when during the fair, during the
Oh, okay.
whatever that holiday was.
Green grass.
Green grass!
Thank you. During the Green Grass Festival in the Valklandar tent, there were like two
Oh.
big machines.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was like this bipedal machine that had 4 arms with big like buzz saws at the end of it,
Mhm.
and like little clamps that it would grab trees
Be
with.
clamp, I got clamp.
Exactly. And then this one was like a 6-legged, lower to the ground, like excavator machine that had like a big excavator, and then like a bulldozer on the front.
But that's not the one that they stored Knolls in that one time?
Actually, yeah, that might have been.
Oh, okay.
That might have been what. I can't remember what they transported the Knolls in, but it might have been that. Yeah, that's right, because those things fought the gnolls when they attacked.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I
right.
thought.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's correct. Yeah, because those things, that's true. You're correct. So yeah, you see these machines there's like 6 of them. And they're all just working on mining this hillside.
Man, Valklandar stocks must be pretty high, aren't they?
Yeah, jeez. Are there any like people amongst the machines, or is it just all machines?
There do seem to be a few people standing around.
Do you think
But they
might
don't
have
seem to be
any-
doing much. They're just kind of watching.
We know how they tried to ship those gnolls. Well, they did ship some of the gnolls away. Do you think they might have more prisoners here too?
I mean, it's just a
One
mine.
shot where we had to
They're
kill
probably
one
just
of those.
mining.
It's like is it like an actual sort of tunnel mine, or is it more of a strip mine operation?
This is like a strip mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Are the robots stripping right now?
Because you did see like a tunnel mine.
Mhm.
More to the south, if you remember,
Mm-hmm.
that had like some of those wagons that didn't have riders coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
This one is a strip mine.
I'll head down there.
All right.
Yeah, I'll tag along. I'm curious about what they're
I'll
doing here
follow.
and if it might
Just
have
staying
anyone.
together.
All right. So you guys begin walking down into this strip mine. As you get closer, you see that again there are a few different humanoids that are standing around and just kind of watching the work. Some of them will like help when there's like something of their ability, but there's not much for them to do. They're more just kind of watching the process, and then they'll help because there's also a place where they're loading up these wagons.
Mhm.
And you see a couple of those wagons that don't have riders. And as you get closer, one of them begins to approach you.
What do we say? We got lost in the road. We're traveling circus, and what's?
I got it.
Travis
And as they
got it.
as they approach you, they're very like automatic in the way they're walking,
Uh
Automatic
Robots.
supersonic.
and
More Valkandar robots.
you just see this one walking towards you,
AI.
and as it gets closer, you can tell this is definitely not a human. It's got it's like generally looks like a human, but
Does it look
but
like
it's
what's her name? Medea? Is that her name?
no Medea's human. She like looks very real. She's
oh.
flesh.
She's Android 18. Those are
Yeah,
more like
she's-
Android
yeah.
12s and 10s.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a little more. Yeah.
She's the more advanced version. These are the beta.
She's the
one you
beta
can have kids with?
androids.
Oh god. So this humanoid is clearly a construct, and they don't even have like flesh. They
That's also construct.
Warforged.
or anything like that. They are constructed of metal, though it is like colored to make it look somewhat like human flesh. So they kind of have like a face like painted on, and they do have like little eye sockets that have little glowing blue lights in them. They, as this one comes forward and approaches and says, "Hello, state your business."
Hi. I'm Alcibiades Theodosus Black. I'll pull out my my ingot in the shape of a Lord's Alliance symbol. I'm with the Lord's Alliance. We're just here to inspect this mine, make sure everything's up to code.
We are not under your jurisdiction.
Noted. So, what's going on here?
You want bottle caps?
Are all the workers properly being cared for and looked after?
We are not under your jurisdiction.
Do you have a union?
Are you OSHA compliant?
Are you even alive?
Are you iOS certified?
Are you
We are
lifting
not.
with your legs, not with your back?
We are not under your jurisdiction.
Is there a trapped soul inside of you? What are you?
Well, hold on.
Well,
Whose jurisdiction are you under?
Mr. Valklandar,
Is Mr. Valklandar here? Can we speak to him?
visit one of his many shops in Westbridge or Red Larch. Coming soon.
Motherfucking our
You've
house.
been very helpful.
Use my divine
You see
sense.
John actively like grabbing his dagger like he wants to kill the robot.
no.
Let's not
Just
kill
butters
the
our
robot.
fucking house, motherfucking house.
I'm aware.
You do not pick up anything on with your divine sense, Sablin.
Okay. So they're not.
You're not doing that thing again, are you? That sense thing?
Is there any
Maybe,
defense?
Anyway. Well,
Oh,
Mr.
that- Yeah, actually, I guess you don't pick up anything because
Orpheus is
Orpheus
still.
is gone.
Orpheus
around
is gone.
somewhere.
Yep.
How's
Uh,
that dog?
Yeah, I'll just put my my arm on the shoulder of the robot. I'm just leaning against him. Okay, so listen, Tin Man. We're sort of looking for some people. I don't suppose you know anything about the surrounding area.
Just some
about
questions
I
for
have
directions.
minimal information.
Is there somebody in charge here that we can speak to?
I am in charge. I am speaking.
Oh, good. So, if I asked you if you knew about any surrounding druids, you wouldn't know anything about that?
I have minimal information.
Minimal information. Okay, thank you. You've been very helpful, pal. I'll pat him on the shoulder. Yeah, these guys are useless.
Noted.
Please visit Valklandar's site in Westbridge or Red Larch. Coming soon.
Right. Coming soon. Right.
What are they? I don't get it. Is this thing a human?
No, it's a
It's a
machine.
construct. It's magical, darling.
It's creepy.
I
That's
think.
what it is.
They've got things like this back in Waterdeep. They parade them around every autumn or so.
Did you all your chores? This is the plot of iRobot now.
I wish. Half the time they just go fucking berserk and end up causing more trouble than they're worth.
They abide by those 3 rules. They can't hurt humans.
Directly.
But will they hurt Tieflix, Dragonborn, Null?
Are we human?
To be
Or
fair, the
are
one
we
robot I
dancing?
ever knew that had an opinion on this seemed pretty intent on killing all humanoids equally. So
Wait, was he the one who liked to drink and tell people to kiss his shiny metal ass?
no.
Different reference.
Well, okay. It doesn't look like we're gonna find anything
Alright,
here.
well, let's continue the smoke, I guess.
What are you mining?
I asked the robot.
We are mining valuable ores.
Gems?
There are minimal gems,
Are they
mostly ores for metalwork.
Are they truly outrageous?
I do not understand.
Diamonds?
We
So
have
so you're mining mostly minerals.
indeed.
You
Well-
put it in water.
I bet if you had some Vespine gas, you might actually get somewhere. But
Oh.
that being said,
Hey,
uh,
I got a question for him before we go. This one has been plaguing me for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at the robot and goes, I have 100 pounds of potatoes. They're 99% water. I'm gonna dehydrate them till they're 98% water. How much do they weigh now?
I hate you. I am not a mathematical construct.
Last question there, Tin Man. So you're mining all this ore, right? Where are you taking it?
To Valklandar shop in Westbridge, or
Thank
Wedlarge
you.
coming soon.
Thank you.
Indeed.
What's the
You're
answer?
welcome. Sir, what's your name? Do you have a name?
I do not have a name. I have a model number.
What's your model number?
What's your model number?
My model number is TXW
Tex it is.
4465.
All right, Tex. You've been aces, Tex.
Wait, is that your model number or serial number? Because they are different. Model numbers are consistent throughout the models. Serial number would be your ID.
I misspoke. It is my serial number.
Alright, so Tex, say you're walking through a desert and you see a tortoise on its back. Why did you flip the tortoise on its back, Tex?
I turn them all around and we start going. Start
If you have
back
three
out of the
people,
mine.
Wait, do you have a MAC address?
if you have 3 people going across the bridge, the bridge can only take about 50 pounds of weight.
His head's kind of twitching a little bit. Like,
Few more questions, guys. We can do it.
you kind of like hear some like whizzing.
Do you go off 4G?
Say you have a trolley track with 5 people tied to it, and another trolley track
Keep
with 1
pushing,
person.
pushing.
Bye, Tex!
Later, Tex.
All right, so you guys are going north now, back to where the Firebird was.
I guess. We're kind of like slowly looking for the fire people,
Mhm.
but also going towards the trail
Oh,
to go
hang
down
on.
to the Sacred Stone.
I'm stupid. Can I just cast fly on myself and fly up high, see if I see anything?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So you do that.
I'll also cast it on who has the best perception. John, maybe?
Not me.
I guess John.
Might be John.
Okay, I'll cast it on me and John.
All right. Why don't both of you make me perception checks? All right. So both of you notice on the top of a hill to the southeast of where you are, just barely, just maybe like a few miles off. I guess a few miles off isn't just barely. But you notice as you fly up into the air, it's a clear day, and you see a tower perched atop a hill. And it's really far away and you can't see, but it seems like there's some kind of like setup around it.
Like a camp or a fort or
Yeah,
something.
some kind of camp. Could be like a fort. It's really hard to like see what it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's built up enough to be like a town or anything.
Mhm.
There's some kind of like tower that has some kind of like construction around it. And like down the hillside. And John, you also notice to the north, as you guys are kind of thinking about starting to move that way, you do see over in that direction that bird again. You like just get a glimpse of like this flaming like wisp diving down, like right as you kind of fly up. You see it far off in the distance, and then it disappears between the hills, and
Firebird
seems to be gone.
Points north.
But yeah, and I was thinking like when you guys were still here,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was still in that same area where it was before.
Like as soon as I see it, he just points and goes, Firebird!
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly, right there.
Okay. Apparently, Firebird's north.
That's
What'd you
sort
say?
of on the way.
North
And then,
of
yeah,
the-
you both saw that tower.
Yeah, and there's the tower. Is that
So
the right
we're
hex for
going
the tower?
after that Firebird?
The tower was here,
Okay, that's what I thought.
or by that
Okay,
H.
Yeah, I'll move that.
I think the Firebird's mobile. We should go after that first. Know where it is. The tower is stationary, and we can go to it later.
Makes sense to me.
Yes.
Agreed.
Math checks out.
Wait, I made sense to people. Something bad is gonna happen, guys.
John, have you been drinking today?
You make sense all
Not
the
as
time.
much
What are
as
you talking
usual.
about?
Yeah, anyway.
A little less than usual.
It's showing. I don't know if I like it. Firebird.
All right, so you guys start heading north. I don't think I had you guys do this last time, so why don't you all make me nature checks? Or maybe I did, but now you've had more time to think about it.
So good. Ooh.
God damn, I'm natural.
Hey
Oh,
man, me, you, and Agony, the people with. Well, actually, we have the highest mod. Me and
Or
Agony
int.
have the highest modifier.
I'm -1, so.
So
Um,
Artemis, I think that might actually be a dragon.
I think so. I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Dragons can shapeshift.
Oh, the dragons are different.
What
so yeah,
would you know?
Palouse, you've
In
heard
that one
stories.
book, Agony read him.
Yeah, there you go. Agony was in the same book. And John and Agony, you all would
It was a picture bug.
have heard stories of
Encyclopedic.
a elemental bird-like creature called a phoenix, which is most famous for that it is eternal, in the sense that whenever it dies, dies in a burst of flame, and then is reborn out of its ashes.
That's a Pihonix.
That's right,
It's a
darling.
what?
A Pihonix.
A
What's a-
Pihonix?
Mm-hmm.
What is a Pihonix?
Well,
It's a bird.
you have to hone in when you pee.
Oh, they do that
It's a
already.
Pihonix.
Phoenix.
It's
Called
a
the Phoenix.
It's a phoenix.
No, it's called the Phoenix.
I'm pretty sure those aren't real.
I'm pretty sure
Well, we
that's a
just
town to the
saw them.
southwest anyway.
No, that's hell.
It's pretty hot.
Technically, it's like northwest of us.
All right, so you guys continue to travel north. And are you trying to track down this bird as your goal?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
So
gonna track down this so-called bird.
Which is
Firebird.
really a dragon in disguise.
It's a Pihonix.
Exactly.
Pihonix.
It's just a beholder that had a really good dream about being a firebird.
I'm pretty sure all these stories about the phoenixes are just people trying to,
Listen,
Convince
man.
everyone else that's
it's
not red dragon.
Phoenix. Phoenix.
Pihonix.
all right. So you guys.
I believe in these phoenixes as much as I believe in ghosts.
So you guys
Exactly.
So wait,
continue.
if you have a conversation with this Phoenix like you did with the ghost, are you still not going to believe in it?
Wait a minute. Palouse, is that how you spell that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, Palouse. It's not a Pihonix. See, it's a faux Enix. It's a fake Enix.
Mm.
See? It's okay, pal. I'll rub his head.
It's actually pronounced pho.
Hey, what's an Enix?
It's a... You know.
No, Enix? I've heard of an Enix, never heard of an Enix.
It's like Square Enix, except it's pho Enix this time.
Is that a video game publisher?
They make card games. Here, they make 3 Dragon Ante. I'll pull out my 3 Dragon Ante deck.
I'm pretty pronounced Phoenix!
All right.
Sure
So
it's not Phoenix? I've been told it was Phoenix.
you guys are arguing about the pronunciation of this word on your
Meanwhile,
way.
the phoenix is up there just like shaking its head, covering its eyes with its wing.
As you continue. If you're proficient in survival, make me a survival check.
I doubt it. Oop, I'm
As
done.
nobody rolls a check.
Oh.
All right. So Palouse, as you guys come down, and John, you're directing, as you kind of
Okay.
saw exactly where it was. As you guys travel north and are kind of trying to get right on the path of where this is, Palouse, you start to notice evidence of like ash mixed in with the dirt, and you notice like a few different singed like tips of plants. As you kind of own in on where this is, you begin you are tracking this bird, and pretty quickly you come kind of over a small valley between two hills, and you see right ahead of you in this grove of trees, there's this not gigantic, large, maybe even huge, fiery bird that's wings, and when I say that I mean like its wings are and feathers are just like crackling with flame. It's all like down its back and long neck. There's just like flames rising
As this
from
is
it.
happening, I'm gonna whisper to my sword.
Go, go. Flame,
Power Ranger.
sword.
All right, so your sword alights. You
What is
guys,
happening?
Go, flame sword gadget.
Oh, okay.
so you,
I was really hoping it was going to be more of a Thundercats moment or a He-Man. This is a bonus action. You stick it up in the air. I have the fire!
so you see this bird, which, like I said, it's just like flames are just kind of lifting off of it, and it's hard to really see what's feathers and what's flame, and if just totally engulfed in flame, or if some of that like red and orange and yellow are its actual feathers. It does seem to have like sort of, though it's all kind of flaming.
Do you think we can talk to it?
It also is currently pecking a large. You guys have seen one of these creatures before, actually. It's a what do you call it? One that's like an ant.
Purple worm.
Mm.
Oh.
Onkeg.
Onkeg. It's an onkeg. So this is a large creature.
Fucking bird.
That this like bird, this huge bird, is just like kind of pecking and like ripping like these like chunks of insect meat out of this onkeg.
Okay, retract my statement. I don't think we should talk to the bird, but what's that poem say again, Artemis? Where's your little notebook?
Yeah, I'll pull it
Um,
up for you.
Yeah.
I'm just grabbing his notebook, trying to flip through it.
Hey, don't grab my notebook. Don't just
I tried
grab a
to
man's
slide.
notebook like that. You may see it if you ask. Anyway, as I was saying, young girl that came from a hillock of fame, northwest of Sumberley Mounds. The bro was the best. Won every contest. Luskin to Vesperin Sound. Yeah.
If you're gonna read it, you gotta do it with emotion.
Anyway, let's see. No.
Mm.
It doesn't say anything. I'm looking here. I think there was something about a bird in here.
I see something about fire, something about birds. Birdies.
Oh yeah, and found a frail, flickering bird. It squawked and cried, and Grilda nearly fried at the flames this young birdie stirred. Okay.
Wait, who's Grilda?
She's that paladin that Zook told us about. She died a long time ago. Says
So
here that she
she
built
had
a
the
temple of
Phoenix
stone
Dead?
near Grilda's old home, and the group did all they could. Their temple protected by a jewel they rejected. All
The
who were
blackjack.
evil at heart. I don't know about that, but so Grilda did. Didn't we
Possible.
conclude the black gem was one of these things from Belsimer?
Yes, there are, from what I understand, more than one
Okay, maybe it might be one of those.
of them.
Either way, so Grilda did scour the hills for dark power and tore any evil apart. I don't know. Maybe we can.
Do we see any temples around this Firebird?
The monastery, maybe?
You don't currently see
Any structures?
any. Yeah.
We see.
I
the
guess
bird
actually
now. Is it
with-
just like forest and hills
with that
or
survival check that
Toulouse?
that Palouse had, I'll say that the way that you are, like in these grove of trees and this, as you've kind of been traveling these hills around here, tracking this bird, you did notice kind of evidence of the way that the trees were growing. It seemed like there was a lot of new growth and a lot of what looked like, just based on your experience of living in nature and living amongst the wild, that it was stuff that was like reclaimed wild. So
Hmm.
maybe like some farmland that had reverted back to wilderness. So you assume that there was once a town around here that is no longer.
Well, you guys know something about these things. Do they talk? Are they intelligent? Are they sentient?
Do I know that?
Bionics?
Yeah, but you would. You guys had pretty good checks. Yeah, you would know that they do not, like, they're not an intelligent animal.
They're like
I
wild.
spread my
from what
arms
you've
and
heard.
flap them like a bird and caw. Caw!
No, don't do that.
So,
I could.
Do we know if they're
talk to it.
friendly? Well, they're probably just like
So,
wild animals, really.
so as you do that,
Caw, caw.
the
She's a
bird
giant chicken.
picks up
on
its
fire.
head and it turns over towards you,
Oh,
and you see its eyes are just like these blank, like ember. It looks like when you look at like the embers of a flame, the way that the eyes are kind of like shifting and moving. And it looks at you and kind of like its head darts back and forth as it surveys
Who's the
the party
stupid bird?
and everything
Who's
around
the
it,
stupid bird?
Oh, shut up. Stop it.
and it just flaps its wings and scoops up the Ankeg in its talons and takes off. And
Wait,
begins
no, I
flying
know
up in
Sir
the air.
Cluckers.
So,
Cluck, cluck, cluck!
it just begins flying over the hill.
All right. Well,
As-
we might not actually find much here.
Okay, so that existed, much like ghosts do.
Just like Ho-Oh.
What?
Or more
Isn't that some sort of pastry?
No, that's the ho-ho.
Right now.
You said you have a pastry? Where are
He was
hiding
talking
it?
about ho-hos. Aren't those some sort of like chocolate pastry?
And you have one?
No, I don't have one.
Why not? You said you had one just now.
No, I was talking about Palouse just meant whatever.
Give me the pastry.
Let's see. Artemis, you've been looking at this poem the most, correct? You're the one who like, has
Probably.
been holding on to this.
Probably.
Why don't you just make me an intelligence check?
Oh boy. I'm really good at those. Let's spend a luck point. 11.
That's been
Um,
an inspiration.
I think.
Oh,
Uh,
hang on. I'm gonna throw a D10 on there from Dark One's Own Luck.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a D12. That's a D- God damn it! I went and clicked the wrong thing. Okay, never mind.
Yikes.
Oh man. I mean, you think like you're in the northwest of the Sumberley Mounds.
Mhm.
you saw the bird. There used to be a town here, so you must be close.
Maybe we
But-
should look around. Like check this place over.
For
any feathers
for
get
what
left?
though? For a temple?
For a temple or an entrance or some ruins or something?
Yeah, and the where you are
Someplace
now,
looks like
right
one.
where the bird was,
Mhm.
was not necessarily where like you saw all that farmland like on your way here. So you're not like right on that. It was probably, half a mile away.
Yeah, let's give this place. Let's not give up on this just yet. Maybe we can look around.
Were any
Alright, then.
feathers
We can
left?
do
Or any down you left?
As he flew, no, it didn't seem like there were any feathers. Actually, make me a I guess that would be investigation checks here. Searching around.
Hmm.
You just kind of go like look where he was, and
Can I try?
nothing there. Yeah, sure. I'll let one more person try if you want to try.
We're probably just looking around the area in general.
All right, and John, you kind of get the idea that like, well, maybe they would have fallen off like as he began to fly. So you move over kind of in the path that he took, and you do actually find just this little feather that has. It's no longer burning, but it is a little bit warm to the touch, and it also has that kind of feature that it looks like glowing embers. But
Found one, guys. Found a feather.
I'm just holding up a rock and looking at it. Are you sure?
And I'm holding it and I'm going, yeah, but here, let me check. And I walk over to Artemis. And I'm like, Artemis, what do you think? Phoenix feather?
Yeah, I guess so.
Mm,
I don't see anything else around it could be.
I mean,
See, if the disbeliever believes it, then yeah, it's real.
Well, I mean, I just saw it, so I mean, obviously they're real.
Phoenix
Listen,
down
man.
doesn't always work.
About a couple months ago, we talked to a ghost, and you still
We talked to
don't
a
believe
thing
those are
that
real.
looked like a ghost. Doesn't mean it actually was a ghost. Anyway,
So that thing just looked like a phoenix doesn't mean it was actually a phoenix.
I don't know of
Same
anything
logic.
else that looks like a phoenix other than a phoenix.
If I recall how charcoal
The
works, this
onyx.
rock might have been a feather once.
mm,
Can I see the rock?
Sure. Careful, it might have once been a phoenix feather, depending on how charcoal works.
Throws it as hard as he can.
Oh.
It is not a phoenix feather. Here, and I hand him the actual phoenix feather.
wait, wow.
Have
this.
wait,
This is real.
Oh, awesome. How'd you find that?
I looked. It was right over there.
Oh! Alright, I put it in my pack.
nice.
Thank you.
All right. So you guys searching around a little bit.
Mhm.
So you guys begin walking around the hills and starting to look, kind of trying to stay close to where this phoenix was and where Pellucid noticed the farmlands.
Entrances or something.
And as you do this, let me just pull up my notes for this thing. Oops. Because you do eventually come upon this door. And outside of this door, there are a few humanoids. There's a couple elves, a couple humans, a halfling, who are all gathered round. They have like a camp, and they're just kind of sitting and looking at this door, and have been like talking amongst they seem to be talking amongst each other. And as you guys walk over the side of the cliff, over the side of the hill, which this door is like a stone door that's kind of in the side of this low cliff. that's just on a hillside, like against a hillside. There's this low cliff that has a stone door carved into it. And then it's out front of that door that you see this group of humanoids just kind of camped and talking amongst themselves. And as you crest the hill, they notice you and look up, and the halfling calls out and says, "Oh, hello!
Hello.
Howdy.
Gentlemen,
Are you friendly?"
Pretty friendly.
as friendly as can be.
Please, take
Then
one look
please.
at me. Can't you tell? I give a big smile.
Well, we're poor anyway, so nothing to take here. Come, join us.
John comes and just sits next to him like it's nothing.
Yeah,
So you
I
come
guess so
down
as
and-
well.
They have a couple tents spread out, and they're just gathered around, and this female halfling says, "Well, tell me, what brings you here? Searching for riches, I assume?"
I'm searching for my father.
And you think he's in there?
Have any black gems?
Well, he's a halfling. Very, very, very well dressed. Haven't seen him in a while. You know, I'm not sure he's in there, but honestly, I'm just looking anywhere at this point because you never know what rock you might find him under.
Have you seen any female elves? Maybe came from north? Maybe, Lurkwood or something like that?
No, can't say I've seen anything like that. But, no, we're here trying to get into this holy site. And she kind of like puts up her prayer hands, and all of her like accomplices all kind of look at her and like, oh, put up their prayer hands. And you notice now that she does have like a brooch that is
I don't trust this for a second.
the symbol of Lathander.
God damn it.
And she says,
Oh, hell no.
yes, this is a site of one of Lathander's greatest heroes. And we'd like to reclaim it in the name of his holiest.
Wait, who's Lathander?
He's an elf god.
Well, his gifts are bestowed upon many. He brings you the light in the morning.
Lathander.
God of light, the dawn, boring stuff. Healing.
Heard he's a decent guy, but kind of boring, yeah.
Well, we were just about to eat lunch, so... And you do
Ah.
smell like they've been cooking like sausages, and it does smell pretty good.
Do I smell sausage?
I'm hungry.
Would you care to join us?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think we've had to eat in the
You
past.
know what?
few
I
days.
actually don't have any actual food to share, but I do have some candy if you'd like.
Well, that would be very kind of you.
Here, I do say you should really try one of these. They're like a nutrient bar that
Oh no.
it's really, really delicious.
Mm,
Why don't you make me a deception check just to like see how well you can hold your laughter? Okay, that's good enough. Actually, let me just roll for her because she's
my
pretty
It is a
memory
build
wise.
me up
has
bar.
been off this whole time.
Well, all right, so you give her this this bar, and it's a build me up bar. Okay, let me just look at that real quick. Okay, the build me up bar.
Oh my
Has anyone eaten one of those before? I don't think so.
I don't
Nope.
think so, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my.
Oh my god.
And as she takes a bite, I'm like, they do help you grow big and stronger.
Okay, so
Wait, John, where did you get that bar? Oh no!
she just takes. She goes, "Oh, okay, wonderful," and she just takes a big bite out of it and just chewing. It's like, this is good. This is good. And then she just like quickly finishes it and roll me a 1d4, John. Or Sam.
Roll 4.
How are you
That's good
feeling?
enough.
Alright, so this like 2.5 foot halfling woman chews this bar and she's like, oh,
Nutty, right?
it's delicious. What? She kind of like starts like looking at her, and you see like her face like starts kind of like bulging, like, and her hand, like one finger suddenly gets like really thick and then long, and so it's not like uniform. It's like in like spurts. Parts of her body are kind of growing.
My mouth is agape in horror.
And she's like, whoa, what is? And all of her apprentices and her or accomplices like reach
Oh my
for
God,
their.
Lathander is blessing you.
John, what did you do to her?
What's going on?
She's not turning into a gorilla, is she?
I don't know.
All of her accomplices like grab daggers from their belts and pull them out, and look very nervous as like her chain starts to settle, but as she grows, she like has totally ripped out of her clothing, and she just has like
Minor illusion, black bars.
scraps of clothing on her. You could definitely
I take
see
out like
lot
a
of her,
blanket or something.
bits and pieces, and she has turned from a 2.5 foot halfling to a 5.5 foot halfling.
I turned to Artemis. Emmeline was a dwarf who ate one of those.
Ugh.
Look at that and tell
He's
me
got
I'm
a
wrong.
Oh
point.
my gods, I'm so sorry.
Maybe she, you know what? Maybe she had a continuous diet on those things. Would you pay attention to what's going on now? I conk him on the head.
I turn my head back to all of her princes of the dagger.
And I just
Here?
look at all of them and I go, "Hi, would you like a bar?"
You have done quite enough.
She
Ma'am,
got,
ma'am, I'm so sorry about this.
so you've like thrown a blanket over her at this point. So you said agony.
Yeah, I just gave her a blanket.
Yeah, you like grab your like bedroll and you go and throw it over her. And she seems like timid as you come forward, but then lets you like sees what you're doing, lets you put the blanket on.
I
Is-
am so sorry about that.
Well,
I did
I'll
not
take off my
know
coat and like
that did that.
offer it to her.
who the hell do you people think you are?
The applause.
Is this permanent?
I don't. Is it permanent?
Maybe.
You don't know. You have no idea.
We're assuming it's not.
Would you mind if it was?
We
Indeed, I would. And
I just-
and her voice has gotten like significantly deeper as well.
Ma'am, again, I am terribly sorry about all this. I assume it's not permanent. We bought it from a goddamn
A-
candy store, so you know.
It's probably just like a little fun treat.
All right. Why don't both Agony and Artemis give me persuasion checks to try and calm her down? I'll take the higher one. Yeah. So with the two of you, kind of, she says, "Well, suppose I shouldn't have trusted the clown. Should have eaten something from him.
Well,
But
he's just having fun.
she looks at him and she says, that is not a nice thing to do. Do you
No,
just
no,
think
but
that I
you know-
wanted to be taller? I like my size.
Yeah, we've got owlbear steaks here. Come on, let's share them with these nice people. Isn't that right, John?
Just starts swinging out of his bow and goes, "Yeah, I don't see what the problem is."
Now,
Eh.
look, now he started. Now he started. Great.
Anyway, would this holy site and I think you mentioned a hero. Would she happen to be Grilda the Luminous? You mentioned?
She says, "Oh yes. Indeed, that is the one."
Yes, we had heard a poem, and we were investigating it. Actually, we also saw a phoenix. As maybe I'm sure you've seen if you've been sitting around here making camp.
Yeah, very close to
It
here.
would probably be hard to miss.
In fact, and I dig into my pack and pull out the phoenix feather that John found. I'll hold it up.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic. Yes, we have seen the phoenix. John, you definitely notice this line of questioning. There was something. She seems to be like caught a little off guard. Just with your passive insight, you can tell that something's like weird in the way that she responded. But yes, she says, "Yes, we have seen this phoenix, indeed."
Ma'am, I'm sorry. We didn't catch your name. How rude of
Oh
us.
yes, we are definitely rude. As you could probably tell.
Oh, no worries. That's no problem. I didn't ask yours either. To be honest, when you see so many strangers passing in the wilderness, I doubted that we'll get around to it. It's not the first most pressing thing.
Of course.
But yes, my name is Lysandra. They call me Miss Lysandra.
A pleasure to meet you, Miss Lysandra. My name is Agony.
Some call me Priestess Lysandra.
Oh. Well, it is a pleasure. These are my companions.
And you are a priestess of Lithanda.
Indeed, yes. She just like rubs the symbol on her.
How do you feel about fire?
They
Well, it
are
is-
worshippers of Lathander.
It is
Does that
one
mean
of
anything? The other?
yeah, it is an element that our god wields to give life to the planet. So, to the realms.
I whispered to Palouse, should we ask them about the gem?
We kind of did.
Good idea.
And we also heard something in passing on another town. That someone would be around here? Anyone named the Druids of the Scarlet Moon? You haven't heard anything about them, have you? Just curious.
I've heard of these druids, yes, but yet to meet any.
Well, we would like to meet them. We are, I think, in their debt for their help. Nearby.
Artemis, you're starting to sense that this woman is seeming kind of off a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. She says, "Well, you guys have kind of eaten now as you're talking about all of this stuff. Cooked up some of that owlbear meat.
You mentioned you were trying to get into the tomb. Is that correct?
We could probably help with that.
Indeed. Well, yes.
Is there a problem?
Yes. Well, once you just double check how you get in. Yeah. Okay. So once you go through those doors, the next door seems unpassable.
Oh.
We have
spent-
Unbelievable. How?
Well, it's just there's no handles. There's
That
seemingly
would
no way to open it. The
pose
room
a
just
problem.
holds a big statue of Grilda and some kind of engravings that also seem to be the same hero, Grilda. And, there's some brass basins.
Are there any jewels around the statue, perhaps?
No, though there is some gem above the door,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems to be broken.
What color is that, Jim?
It's like a deep red.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we
We-
can go check it out.
We could try.
Yeah, we've dealt
fix
with
the
doors.
gem?
Definitely. I mean, I have no You definitely go if you would be so kind to help us out, and
It would be
know,
our
but-
pleasure.
we'll wait out here. Can
How long has it been since we parted ways with Orpheus?
that would have been like 3 to 4 hours ago, I think, because he
So-
left the
Mhm.
right in the morning, right when you started heading.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been. It's been about half of the days of travel. Yeah, so it would have been like 4 hours.
Okay, so is that, by my recollection, is that roughly time enough to get to Westbridge? Maybe.
No, I don't.
No, I think
so.
he probably.
Yeah, he's still about an hour to like an hour and a half
Okay.
away.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So you guys continue, or I'm sorry, you continue to chat to this woman.
Well, I'm gonna try and go into the door there. I want to mend that gem.
All right. So you come in. You sorry, I gotta turn this music down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay by the entrance into the tomb. I'll just hang out in that doorway.
I got horror music playing. That's right.
That's good. It's good.
It's
so,
good for
so as you open the door, these are like these heavy stone doors, but they swing open a little bit of a push, but you can get them open. And as you enter, it's pitch black, but you can see in there well.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone but Sablin, I suppose.
He does have a nice little drift globe.
I'll shake the drift globe and
Nice. So you get some light going on the drift globe, and as you all enter, I will bring you to the map of this place.
ooh,
'Cause
dungeon time.
why make a map if you're not gonna use it? Okay. Let me just make sure this has. I built this map a long time ago.
I'm pretty sure we can
Let me
agree
just make
that
sure it's got-
we should have myself or Palouse in
Yeah.
the back of the group in case they follow us in with bad intent.
And
I was
ambush
planning on
us
staying
in
back
there.
there.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Give me 1
They're
second.
gonna trap us in the cave door entrance, and then attack.
We've done the rodeo. We've done the rodeo before.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of the many maps that I created that I was starting to think, yeah, they're never actually going to go there.
Never think that.
Eventually, you'll get around to it.
Wait,
Okay, so I just got to put
shift
your
focus?
tokens.
I don't know where we're on there. Oh, it's
I don't think you have tokens.
Ping
it's
us
on
to
there
the right
yet.
place.
Yeah, ping.
All right, give me a second. I got to put your
Ping,
tokens on
ping,
here.
Ping,
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 ping, ping, ping,
Bing,
ping,
bing,
ping,
bing,
ping,
Bing,
ping,
bing,
ping,
Okay.
ping,
bing,
ping,
bing,
ping,
ding
ping,
dong.
ping, ping,
bing,
ping,
bing,
ping,
bing,
ping,
bing,
ping,
Bing.
ping,
Bing, bing,
ping,
bing, bing,
ping,
Ting.
ping. Pink?
Oh, they like changed a bunch of. They
Pink?
changed the way the health bar looks. That's
Pink?
interesting.
Yeah. There's a number now and all that stuff.
Pink?
I like the number.
Okay, and who am
Number
I
two.
missing? Artemis.
Pink?
So there you all are.
Pink?
Ping you.
Ping?
Pink?
Little
Pink?
help.
Pink?
Ping? Yay!
We did
so
it.
you,
We're
so you guys are
gone.
all outside of this door, in this
May I
cave
turn
front.
the drift globe on?
Oh yeah, let me grab that. Is it dark for you right now, Sable?
Oh, pitch black.
Okay, that's good though.
Black.
That's what I want. Because it's dark where you're
So
going.
devious.
Boop. I got you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you should actually be able to. Well, I guess you don't know where you are, so you can't really drag it onto the. That's, I guess, the difficulty of having a light source as a droppable item. Okay, so anyway, you guys are at this door, and you can.
This is this door outside. We're not inside yet. Okay, now we're in.
And so you open that door. Yeah, you were outside,
Okay.
and now you can start moving in.
Mhm,
Um, As you see, there's this large statue of this stout woman who's in like full plate armor and is holding a mace in her hand, has a shield, and you assume that this is Grilda here. At its feet, there's a empty bronze bowl, and then there are similar but a little bit smaller bronze bowls at all four corners of the room. And then behind this statue, on the far end of the room from where you entered, you see a bronze door that's engraved with artwork. And you see in this artwork, there's many different scenes. You notice Grilda like nursing this baby bird. You see the scenes of Grilda fighting off different monsters. You see scenes of her drinking ale. You see scenes of her healing the wounded. You see scenes of her just like illuminating darkness and like casting light. You see things of her singing songs. All things that you recognize from the poem as like being her signature moves. Yeah, you see her like burning a group of skeletons and all that kind of stuff.
This Grotto lady seemed pretty neat. So the poem mentioned that the temple's protected by a jewel that rejected all who were evil at heart. Do you think it might be the jewel that's at the top of the door?
Possibly.
Yeah, but you do see that as well. There's like a deep amber gem that's like set into the stone above the door.
Can I reach it?
It's probably a little bit high, but if somebody kind of like boosted you up.
Sibling, give me a boost.
Oh, sure. Mind if I get control of the drift globe so I can move it into here?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I got it.
Oh, that's fine.
I will definitely give you control.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go over to Agony and I'm gonna boost her up.
Ooh. And I'll cast Mending on the gem.
Right. So as you cast Mending, you do see the like broken pieces of this gem kind of form together. You can still see like where there was a crack through it. It's not like
Fully.
the way the gems are formed. The way that like the magic of mending works is just not quite like powerful enough to really like purely make it like a nice pure new gem. But it does like seal that crack.
I have an idea.
Hmm?
John runs over to Paylus and goes into the bag he saw him put the phoenix feather in before. Goes, I think if we take that feather and we put it in there, it might do something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's try it.
Takes the feather out and he runs over here and he puts it in the bowl and sees if anything happens.
All right, so you drop it in the bowl, and as it touches this brass bowl, it glows and burns, and then in one of the corners, one of these other brass basins alights with flame.
Do we need 3 more phoenix feathers?
Interesting.
No, I just tried putting fire in it. Like a torch, lighting a torch, and then sticking the lit end of the torch into the brazier in the middle of the room to see if that does anything.
All right, so you light a torch and you stick it in, and as the flame like touches the bowl, the flame seems to be like sucked into the bowl and like absorbed by the bowl, and your torch extinguishes. And another
Agony,
basin
get over here! This is
lights up.
calling your name.
No, I want to do this. Move over.
Pulus, whack it! Pulus, whack it!
Fire! I just like
I would say this excited to
gently put some fire bolts into that thing.
All right, so you shoot the fireball, and it like absorbs the firebolt. But as it does, it doesn't seem that this is now lighting another basin. However, you feel as you're like making contact, it's kind of this strange feeling that you can almost like feel this line of connection when you're casting the spell, and it's like being absorbed straight by this bowl of like it's almost like trying to like suck magic out of you.
This is a scary bowl. Oh, get another torch. I don't like
Throw
this bowl
another
anymore.
torch.
Maybe we should have
Something the matter?
Might eat it.
No. It's just a scary bowl. I just get the heebie-jeebies from it.
I have more torches.
So you try another torch.
Try pouring water into it.
As you try another torch, it again absorbs the flame, but it doesn't seem to be lighting another basin.
We need different
Okay.
sources of fire.
I'm going to take my sword.
Go, gadget, flame.
Or go,
Flame
Flame
sword.
gadget. Sword gadget.
You were doing it, yeah.
I say it correctly.
Okay.
Turn on the flame sword.
All right, you turn on the flame sword, and you
I stick it in there.
stick it in, and again it like absorbs all that flame, and the flame that comes wisping off your longsword, and your longsword extinguishes. But it seems to still not be satisfied.
Try
It
pouring
has to
water
be
into it.
non-magical.
I get my tinderbox out, which I just recalled is in my inventory, never used it before, and I'm gonna try and light the tinderbox into the bowl. This is just always such a pain that I've never been good at.
No, here we go. No, wait.
All right,
Let's
so
follow
you,
that.
so you go and you're lighting, and it's like each spark hits, it just like immediately goes out. But it's not
I don't
seeming
know
do
how to
anything.
make fire without magic.
John, you, as this is happening, you realize that the feather you put in, like once the phoenix feather's away from the bird, it's not actually on fire. So you think that it's not necessarily fire.
Try
Because
pouring
the phoenix
water.
feather was not on
Fine.
flame.
I'll walk up to it. I'll pull out my canteen and I'll pour water into the bowl.
So you pour water into the bowl,
Mhm.
and
Put some dirt in there.
Got
the
no fire, Corbin. Got no fire.
The,
I'm not gonna find nothing. Stop smoking.
the bowl just kind of glows. Like the inside of it kind of like glows with light, and then the water is just like disappeared. But it doesn't seem like it like absorbed the water.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of like vanished it.
Okay.
Artie, you paid attention to that poem. What else did you like?
Let's see here.
Feathers, torches.
Does anybody have
light.
any alcohol?
And Artemis and John just looks at Artemis with a cock eye, like maybe
Why don't you try alcohol?
good stuff or cheap shit.
Wait, well, it says their brew was the best. Try
the
try
best
good stuff.
brew. Do we have beer? we don't
Fine.
carry that swill around.
And John pulls out one of the bottles of wine he's been holding for a while from that really old nice stuff we found a while back. And he pours some really nice wine into the goblet, takes a sip, pours more into it.
Great. So as you pour this wine in, the bowl does seem to absorb it, and you get the sense that if you went with the cheap shit, there was no way it was going to accept that offering. But it liked the good stuff, and you see another bowl light up with flame.
Mm-hmm. Well, that
Pouring
must be
one
it.
out for the homies.
Okay, so the poem mentioned fire. We did fire. The poem mentioned the bird. We did the
Phoenix.
Phoenix feather. The poem
Drinking,
mentioned the
light.
Drinking. Did that. Light. I moved the drift globe. I don't want to lose the drift globe though.
Just like
What do you
hold
try?
over it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the drift globe over
Just no. Just
the
like
basin.
cover the drift globe with a blanket, and then kind of like direct the light into the bowl with like a hole in the blanket.
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna try and just
like a flashlight, whatever that is. I just made that word up.
a flashlight. That's a really interesting word. I like that.
All right, so you're like trying to do this, and
Just trying to get the light into the bowl.
you're trying to like focus the light, and it does seem to have some kind of reaction where when like this light hits the bowl, it is kind of like it's like sparkling, and the bowl is like kind of crackling with embers where it touches. But it's not quite enough. It seems it's like not. It's just like crackling. It's not catching. Artemis, you were grabbing a stone.
Yeah, I'll come back with a stone. I'll try putting a stone in there.
You just put a stone in.
If that doesn't work, then one more idea.
Again, it
I have an idea
flashes
as well.
with light, and the stone is just gone.
Okay.
Agony, what's your idea? Because I got another one myself.
Daylight that bitch.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing. Everyone, cover your eyes.
Cover your eyes.
Cover my eyes for the daylight I see normally.
Eyes are already covered.
This is about to get real bright.
Really
Also,
bright.
what's the command word?
It's
Just hear John yell out, Drogar! Command word.
sure that.
Yeah, what John said.
Just clap twice.
Yes, that's a command word. I clapped twice.
All right, so you clap twice, and the like dim light that was exuding from the drift globe now like intensifies.
Boom! And is that brighter?
And yeah, did you put the daylight one out there? Nice.
Boom.
And as you do that, this bowl kind of like soaks in all the light, and it becomes this like the drift globe's just floating there, and this light just kind of is like weirdly like shining like a ray into this bowl as it's being absorbed. And the drift globe goes out, and
Buddy, you okay? And I kind of hug the drift globe to me.
and you
can't
see as
see
you
him.
feel it, like it still seems to have
Okay, it's
Magic.
still glowing.
but it's just not. And then that bowl in the center is all four bowls of light. The bowl in the center lights up, and the door, the brass door behind, just starts to creak open.
Whoa, we did it! Teamwork! I start high
That-
fiving everybody.
Keep it
Whoop.
down. Keep it down for a second.
Teamwork, everybody! Yeah.
Yeah,
I
friendship.
start high
friendship.
five everybody. Very.
Friendship, high five, friendship.
Yeah, friendship. Yeah.
Friendship.
I'm gonna head back to the front door. Now, here's a question, Eric. Do those doors open in or out?
To the front door,
Yeah.
those ones do open out.
Your creepy music is creeping me out.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so the doors open out
Yeah.
into the open. Hmm.
Mhm.
God damn it. Okay. How? Okay. Yeah. I'll head back to the group.
Here's another important question. What kind of handles are they?
Oh yeah.
They're just like little or like on the inside.
Yeah.
They would just be like little like depressions in the stone.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Because if they were the kind that comes out, you know what I mean? In, like,
Yeah.
a bar.
Stone. Yeah. Or rod. Yeah. But
Mhm.
I'll pop my head out and I'll just be like, we're having a little bit of technical issues here. The Knoll and the Dragonborn are arguing over something. Just give us another minute.
Has
It
the
goes in
halfling
like
shrunk
this!
yet?
How
Has
long
the
do we
halfling
think
shrunk
those
yet?
people have been here trying to figure this out?
No, she has not shrunk yet. She's still tall
Please
and
tell
has
me this is permanent.
It's not.
Agony's bedroll wrapped around her. All right. So you guys, as you go out and say that, Artemis, the halfling, the tall ass halfling, says,
Fulling.
yeah, the fulling, says, okay, take your time. We'll be here.
Ask them how long they've been here.
How long? I'm sorry. Just how long have you folks been here?
Just a couple days.
A couple days, my. And you
Traveled
said
far.
you're priestesses. You're a priest. You're followers of Lathander, right?
Yes.
My mother was actually a priestess of Lathander. Are you from Waterdeep?
No, we're from the north.
Oh, where about?
We're from around Neverwinter.
Oh, Neverwinter. That's lovely. You know, actually, I go there pretty regularly on business. I always make time to stop by the local churches. So you're from the Netherwinter chapter? How is Father Brutus these days?
I'm not familiar with who you're talking about. Neverwinter's a big city.
Fair enough. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Anyway, I'll be right again. If we figure out something, we'll let you know. Palouse, take that out of your mouth.
All right. So as you guys kind of look through that door that is creaked open, there's a hallway. Goes maybe 30 to 40 feet. There's some a torch kind of lighting this hallway, and then through the hallway you a bunch of humanoids that are standing around, laughing, drinking, eating, feasting. There's a bunch of tables in there that you see people sitting around laughing and slapping the tables and having a good time. And it seems like there's this like raucous party, or not party, but just like people just like hanging out and having a good day.
Are they all statues?
What was that?
Are they all statues?
No. They seem to be flesh and blood people.
So there's just a hall with a bunch of people in there
Are they
having a party.
They're
Is it
moving.
creepy?
They're alive. They're actually having a
I'm
party.
home. And John just
Do
starts
they
walking,
see us?
join the festivities.
Whoa! Hold on. Before you go walking down there, we need to be careful of this. I'll point out the last two part, or the second to last part of the poem. Their temple protected by a jewel that rejected all who were evil at heart. There's probably some sort of ward here. Okay, so we have to be careful. There's probably some sort of
We're
magical
not
defense.
evil. It should be fine.
The point is that there are magical defenses.
Obviously.
And and as you are peeking through this door, and you see, like lit up through this, all of these people just seeming to chat and talk and drink.
They totally don't notice us.
They don't seem to notice you. I mean, you're you can kind of see them right on the map
Uh-huh.
through this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they don't seem to immediately notice you, as they're kind of absorbed in their own party. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight.
Oh, dang it.
Dang it.
Okay.
In this moment, and we'll come back to the.
The ominous music
sorry.
and like your description of the people made it seem like they were just frozen in time having a party as we opened this door. I was like so confused.
No, yeah, they are like partying. They're having.
I know,
Okay, turn
the
on the
first
party
thing
music.
I know the first thing I'm gonna do next session is I'm gonna do the divine sense and because I'm guessing they're ghosts.
Or
John's
illusions.
gonna walk in and join the reverie.
Oh, oops.
I have a quick question about the doors in front of us. Do they open in or out?
The door. Let's see. Those ones. They open out, like into the
Into
the room that you're in.
Ah! God damn it! Okay.
Following our plans.
What my plans?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like consistent. Of doors like open away from the.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's real.
Doors tend to open into the
generally-
rooms
yeah,
you're going into.
Yeah, doors generally open into the rooms.
Well,
Because that's how you lock them.
It's okay.
yes. Like I think at my house, that's not the case with a lot of my doors. But I guess we built a lot of these doors, so we didn't know.
I mean, it depends on what you consider going in versus going out.
True. It's okay.
Doesn't matter. Fine.
Well, on that note, everyone, I'm gonna head off. You guys to go to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Oh.
I actually have to head off too. I have a very early work tomorrow.
Okay.
Good evening,
Good
everyone, and
night.
good
But it
game.
was good. Yeah, it was good
Yeah.
finally getting back into it. And,
I
know.
Finally.
We should have planned more instead of.
well, it's all right. You got a lot of.
Well, then
planning
again,
during
we
the
probably would have RP'd it even if we did plan it.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, we got through, and we got through that long rest,
Mhm.
and the sheer fact that we got through the long rest without RPing the entire session is probably a godsend. So
Yeah, there was a point when it was like 10 o'clock, and I think you guys were like at the mine at that point. I was like, "This is just gonna be. They're not doing anything today."
I really hope that build me up bar is permanent.
There's no
Just
way.
change that halfling's life forever.
He put the description on there.
Well, everyone, I'll catch you later. I gotta go.
peace.
Good night,
Yep,
Sam.
good night.
Later.
Yeah, but your characters don't know that.
It's true.
It might be permanent.
Just concerned for this lady.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no.
Lost her entire identity. Maybe she's a super proud,
Does
like,
she get like
pro
free
halfling.
human feats now? Loses all her halfling feats.
Oh man,
Now she
All
has
right.
to wear shoes.
I gotta go to bed. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Eric.
Good night, Eric.
Yeah, I don't trust that.